Hello, my name is Lisa Jarsdorfer, and for this video I would like to demonstrate to you how to convert the monitoring policies that were used in TrueSight Synthetic 10.0, 10.1, and 10.5 to our new synthetic metric rules, better known as SMRs, which are now available in TrueSight Synthetic 10.7. To get us started, I would first like to point you to our documentation site that discusses this topic. As you can see on this link, we have a great screenshot that shows you the differences and similarities between the older monitoring policies and the newer SMRs. On the left is the monitoring policies, and on the right is the SMR screen. On this image, we've also highlighted certain points with either numbers or letters. If you scroll down to beneath the image, you will see a table that discusses each of these points. Before I start the demo, one thing I want to talk about is the instance ID. If you've chosen to make your monitoring policy very specific, then you will need to understand how to convert the instance IDs for the new SMRs. For this example, you may see an instance ID similar to this. In this scenario, the first parameter, Blue Stock Trader, is the application name. The second parameter, Blue AppVis, is the T-agent location name. The third parameter, Stock Trader 1, is the execution plan name. And the last and final parameter, T-main, is the name of your transaction. Now let's start the demo. I have opened up two instances of my 10.7 system. On the left side of my screen is where I'm going to open up my monitoring policies. To do this, just click on Configuration, Infrastructure Policies. This will bring up your monitoring policies. Once here, choose to edit the policy for the AM/KM. Click on the Agent Threshold tab, and then choose the threshold that you're going to be modifying. On the right-hand side of my screen is where I'm going to bring up my synthetic metric rules. To do this, click on the menu options and go to Configuration, Synthetic Metric Rules. As you can see, we've already got some default rules configured for you. To add a new rule, simply click on the three dots next to the Synthetic Metric Rules title and choose the option for Create Rule. First thing that you'll want to do is give it a name. And then we'll need to assign an application to it. If you do not remember what the application is that you're converting, then you can easily look over here at the instance ID in your monitoring policy and remember that the application name is the first parameter that's in that instance ID. So if I pick my drop-down list, I will see that I've also got Blue Stock Trader here, which is the same thing that's the first parameter of my instance ID. You will then want to pick your execution plan. Remember that the execution plan is the third parameter of your instance ID. So in this case, it's going to be my Stock Trader 1 execution plan. And then you'll want to pick your transaction. Once again, transaction is the last parameter of your instance ID. At this point, we're ready to pick the metric. If you're looking at your monitoring policy, the metric will be down here under Monitor Attribute. In this scenario, we have chosen our metric to become accuracy errors. So I will also want to choose accuracy errors for my synthetic metric rule. The next area that we'll want to fill in will be the thresholds and notifications section. In the monitoring policy, the min and max fields will map to the minor and critical fields that are in the synthetic metric rules. The consecutive field means how often you should see an error occur before you receive a notification. In our monitoring policies, this is called n times in a series. In our synthetic metric rules, I'm going to want to set my minor to be the same value as my minimum, which is 1, and I will want to set the critical to be the same value as my max, which is 3. I will also want to set my consecutive value to match what I have for the n times. Just a note that if you want to see a notification every single time that an event happens, then just set the consecutive value to 1. Notification is a new field, and here you can choose when you want to see an event. Always means that you will always see the event happen when a threshold is violated. Critical means that you will only see an event when a critical threshold has been violated, and never means that you will never see anything. We also have a new area here called notification notes. This means that you can add a note to any time you have an event that occurs. The last field to fill in will be the location field. This is the location of your agents. Remember that you can find this detail once again in your instance ID of the monitoring policy. It's going to be the second parameter. So in my monitoring policy, it was Blue AppVis, and in my location, I will want to choose the same thing, Blue AppVis. And that's it. I have now officially converted my monitoring policy to a synthetic metric rule. Choose the option for save, and you will be ready to go. Thank you for watching this demonstration on how to convert monitoring policies to SMRs. We hope that you found it helpful.